Hey, welcome to your Cancer horoscopes for the week of October 22nd to the 28th, our very last week of October, actually. We're moving into Scorpio season, we're moving into Halloween season. Things are getting a little exciting. We're gonna have some moon action next week also. So it won't get that exciting until next week. Do you guys have the Halloween moon? Probably not, actually, because it is probably going to be in Taurus for about a day. So I think probably not, unfortunately. But you will have a Halloween week moon, which is always kind of fun, especially for Cancers. You guys are such moon babies. We have a couple of things going on. We have no planets in Cancer this week at all. We do continue to have Vespa influencing things. And while Cancer is kind of in the middle of focuses, meaning that there isn't really any one direction to focus on this week, Vespa's influence is heavily on relationships. So it's almost like you kind of got a break, but not really, if that makes sense. I know, story of everybody's life, right? Vespa is all about security. And one of the great ways that I've heard her described, which I'm sure I've said before in previous horoscopes, is she is the flame that eternally burns on the hearth. And she really represents that space of feeling security, that security that you generally feel as a child. Now, a lot of us did not feel that. So this influence really goes a couple of different ways. One, the influence is either in finding that security within your relationships, or even in some cases, finding that feeling lacking currently within those relationships. The other way I can sort of interpret this is having a relationship with a person that makes you feel secure, but having or seeing some challenges with that this week. For example, it is very common, I would say, in all relationships where they say that people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. That is absolutely true. Not everybody is a lifer in your life. And in many cases, it should be that they are, but they're not, for whatever their reason. A lot of us get into relationships that we think are going to last forever, and they don't. They last a couple of years. A lot of us have very difficult relationships with our parents, the two people that are supposed to be there to support us through thick and thin. And we don't all have that, unfortunately. And I feel like we spend a lot of time when we feel lacking in that person to rely on in our lives. We spend a lot of time looking at other people and seeing that within their spheres and not necessarily seeing it in ours. And two things are happening during that time. One, you may have it with somebody and you're just not identifying it because it's not the person that you want, maybe. Or two, rather than finding that security and working for it within that relationship, you're so busy looking at other people and what you think they have that you're ignoring what could be right in front of you. And even if it's not right in front of you, sometimes these things just sort of pop right there in front of you, and all of a sudden you're not paying attention, you don't see it, it just sort of flits on by, if that makes sense. So I feel like there's really a lot of opportunity for self development, for self expression, for self love, for providing that security for yourself. Because, in all honesty, you could have the best relationship in the world with somebody, and something's going to happen to make you feel insecure within that relationship. And if you're going to panic, over that insecurity because you don't have control over it, that is really going to make it difficult for you to find a solution to your problem. Every time we get emotional, it's like impossible to find a solution to the problem. I have a Cancer rising. I totally get this, guys, because half of my life is this problem right here, this problem. And if we don't find a way to provide that security for ourselves in some way, shape, or form, then we really put ourselves in the position to be disappointed by other people. And these could be people that are the most reliable people in the world. And all of a sudden something happens and they can't be that to you anymore. And I think that as human beings, we spend an awful lot of time railing against that, focusing on how that makes us feel, rather than coming up with what I have to do now, because all of a sudden everything has changed, if that makes sense. I hope all of this made sense, actually, because I really feel like I was rambling through this. But this is such a very difficult challenge for most people. And I think you Cancers really have a really hard time with this. Security is everything to a Cancer. It's everything. It's what Cancers spend their entire lives searching for in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a secure place to live or a secure person to love them and support them, or, you know, financial security, whatever it is. Security is the word of the day, right? And you can spend your entire life saying, I would have had that if so and so did this. Or you can spend the rest of your life making sure that you are providing that security to yourself in some way, shape, or form. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you can rely on is you, period. And all the other stuff, all of the worries, all of the concerns, all of the what ifs, is all just stuff to get in the way of you getting up and taking control of that situation and taking control of the security in your life in some way. And yes, the world sucks right now. It just makes it even gloomier. It just makes it even more. It gives us another reason to think that providing that for ourselves is going to be impossible. But I'm telling you, it's not. No matter what state of the world is in, you may not get exactly what you want, but you're going to go as far as you're willing to go. And all you had to do is get out of your head and just get it done. That's it. That's literally it. Don't let the stinking thinking get in your way. So you guys be brave, because I know that you are. Be bold, because I know that you are. Be everything you ever wanted to be. Even if you don't know what that is, whatever it is that you do it extremely well and just keep moving forward. If you have a bad day, that's okay. A bad day is a bad day. It's not a bad life, right? You guys have a great week. If you love your horoscopes, do send me a tip or donation through my Ko-fi link. That's ko-fi.com/heavy metal psychic. You can also click the link in the description of this video. And I'm rooting for you guys. I really am rooting for you guys. And I'm rooting for me too, because I know how painful that is. I have been through it, and my security just ripped out from underneath me until I realized that I never really had it. It was never really there because I was not providing it what I needed specifically. And it's unfair for me to ask anybody else to do that. That's my job, right? We're all in this together, guys. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. You guys make it a powerful week. You can do it.